E.
Ding, ding, ding.
Outside, inside. LeUyen Pham. Something strange happened on an unremarkable day just before the season changed. Everybody who was outside went inside. Everyone, everywhere, all over the world. Everyone just went inside, shut their doors, and waited. Well, almost everyone. Some people needed to be where they needed to be. Outside, the sky was quiet, but the wind still blew, and the birds kept singing. Raccoons came out, and squirrels played in the streets, but the cars stayed away. The world felt a little different. Inside, we baked and cooked, made music and watched TV. We read and played games. Some of us worked a little, some of us worked a lot, and some of us couldn't work at all. We all felt a little different. Outside, there were fences, both real and pretend. Swings sat still and slides were lonely. Bells didn't ring and halls were empty. We had birthdays without parties, shared words without sounds, and reached each other without touching. The world was changing a tiny bit outside. Inside, we waited and we worried. We laughed and we cried and we tried to breathe. We made things together and did things alone. We hoped and prayed and wished. We were all changing a tiny bit inside. Outside, the world kept growing. Inside, we kept growing too. So why did we all go inside? Well, there were lots of reasons, but mostly because everyone knew it was the right thing to do. On the outside, we are all different, but on the inside, we are all the same. And we remembered that soon spring would come. Inside and outside. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that reading of Outside Inside. This is a very recent book, as you can imagine, because it describes the current global pandemic that we're all living through. And I remember as well when it started in December and when we first heard about cases, and we didn't know how much to be worried about it, and then we weren't so worried about it, and then we had to be worried, and then it's been just waves and waves, and it's been really, really long. I mean, as of this recording, it's been about a year and a half now of just going outside, going inside, outside, inside switches, and lots of different changes. I wonder, in 5, 10 years time, when we look back at this pandemic and how we had to all go through it, maybe this book will read a little differently because I think we're all living through it right now. And as the book is saying, even though we're inside, life still has to go on. We're still growing. We're still working. We're still, doing things together. But at the same time, there's also lots of different changes. And so it'll be really interesting, in 5, 10 years' time when we look back to see what changes were made. And hopefully we can use this opportunity to make changes for the better, that when we come out, that we will make changes for the better, that we won't just go back to whatever we were doing before. So that's Outside Inside. Wonderful little book. I love the illustrations. There's an author note at the end that talks about kind of their experience with the pandemic and how it all changed overnight so quickly. Great little book, so I hope you enjoyed it. Please, you can check it out at your local library or your bookstore to read the author's note, or just pause it on the frame. I think it'll be a bit slow, but I did enjoy this book. I hope you did as well. On the monthly roundup video or in the channel discussion, you can feel free to recommend authors or books you'd like for me to read. I would love to hear from you. But until next episode, I have been Elvin. This has been e-reading. Thank you so much for watching. Be gentle and kind with one another. Bye now.